Are we witnessing the beginning of a new major global conflict? The outbreak of military confrontation involving Iran, Israel, and the United States has pushed the Middle East to a historic turning point. How did we get here? Is this a war of necessity or a war of strategic calculation? And how might it end? This confrontation did not emerge overnight. It is rooted in years of escalating tensions. For over 2 decades, concerns over Iran's nuclear ambitions have dominated regional security debates. Israel has consistently declared that it will not allow Iran to acquire nuclear weapons capability, viewing it as an existential threat. Iran has expanded its influence across Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and Yemen through allied groups and proxy forces. This network has reshaped the regional balance of power and intensified tensions with both Israel and U.S. interests in the region. The withdrawal of the United States from the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action in 2018 marked a major turning point. Sanctions intensified, diplomacy weakened, and mistrust deepened. From a strategic perspective, military action may be framed as an attempt to prevent long-term nuclear escalation, a classic case of preemptive deterrence. Regarding the potential path forward, we look at several possible scenarios for this conflict. The first is limited military engagement, consisting of targeted airstrikes, cyber warfare, and strategic infrastructure attacks without full-scale invasion. Second is regional escalation, activation of allied forces such as Hezbollah, disruption in the Strait of Hormuz, and attacks on energy infrastructure. The third scenario involves global power involvement, diplomatic or indirect military engagement by powers such as Russia or China, reshaping broader geopolitical alliances. History suggests that wars in the Middle East rarely end with clean resolutions. There are, however, several potential pathways. One possibility is a negotiated settlement under international pressure, aiming to stabilize the region through renewed diplomacy. Another path is regime recalibration or internal political transformation in Tehran, potentially altering the nation's strategic direction. We might also see a prolonged proxy conflict without decisive victory, leading to sustained regional instability. Or we could face a frozen but unstable deterrence balance, where conflict is paused but the threat remains constant. The implications of this conflict extend far beyond the region's borders, impacting the entire global order. Energy markets shock. Oil prices could surge dramatically, impacting global inflation and economic stability worldwide. Security realignments, NATO, Gulf states, and Asian powers may reassess defense strategies in light of the new reality. Migration pressures. Regional instability may trigger new displacement waves, challenging international humanitarian systems. And finally, the acceleration of military buildup, increased investment in missile defense and nuclear capabilities globally. This conflict could mark a shift toward a more fragmented and polarized global order. Is this truly about security or about dominance and deterrence? Could diplomacy have prevented this war, or was confrontation inevitable? Will military pressure weaken Iran's leadership or strengthen hardline forces internally? And the most critical question, are we entering a new era of sustained global confrontation? Share your perspective in the comments. Who bears the greatest responsibility? How do you think this conflict will end? And what long-term consequences do you foresee for Europe and the global balance of power? I look forward to reading your analysis.